Good day and welcome to today's Living Word. I'm Dwayne Matz. We're continuing in the book of Isaiah, chapter 3, looking at verse 5. Going to look at the matter of a lack of respect for authority. Isaiah 3:5 reads as follows: "The child will be insolent toward the elder, and the base toward the honorable." That's Isaiah 3:5. And it's hard for me to imagine a more disrespectful generation than the one we live in right now. The lack of respect for those in authority is appalling. Can I get an amen on that? I mean, the base, those not in authority, are insolent toward the honorable, those in authority. The child, sometimes even those of kindergarten age, are often insolent toward those older and wiser than they are. And oh, the venom that spews out of the mouths of the insolent, both young and old. And we find ourselves shaking our heads and shaking our fists and saying, "What is this world coming to?" without thinking the situation all the way through. We find ourselves cursing the darkness instead of seeking the light, not even entertaining the thought that, you know what, this insolence is likely a judgment put upon us by God. He did it in biblical days. He can do it today as well. Insolence toward authority is a sign of the judgment of God placed upon a nation. In it, God is simply saying this: so, you won't respect me? You won't honor me with obedience? Let me show you what a lack of respect for those in authority looks like, so you can see how it feels. The Bible is rife with warnings about insolence. Rebellious children could be put to death in the Old Testament. Incidentally, there's no record of this ever happening. Nonetheless, it shows us how serious God views this lack of respect. The honoring of those in God-granted authority over you is a command of God. It's the first commandment that, if obeyed, has a great promise attached to it. Ephesians 6:2-3 reminds us, "Honor your father and mother, which is the first commandment with promise, that it may be well with you, and you may live long on the earth." Luther's explanation of this command is well worth repeating here. He said, "Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee." What does this mean? He said, it means we should fear and love God so that we do not despise our parents and superiors, nor provoke them to anger, but honor, serve, obey, love, and respect them. You know, in the days of Isaiah, this judgment was carried out by God. The insolence of children toward their elders and the societal lack of respect for authority was one of the reasons the Israelites were kicked out of their land. They were removed from their land and carted off to Babylon. So I tell you, I urge you, teach your children this command: honor authority. It starts with them observing your own attitude toward those in authority. And your attitude toward authority starts with your attitude toward God, your willingness to obey Him. I'm Dwayne Matz, and that's today's Living Word.